I brought everybody together and I explained to them coming in the gate that you was on Prince land and I hang people that, you know what I mean, get out of line. You know what I mean? When you become a student of the game where you can see bullshit, then it helps you bypass it and not spend a lot of time with it. So sharpen up the distinguishing skills of that type of work. Battle that, you know, that's in the guidelines of battle. You know what I mean? It's just like a good fight. I like a good boxing match. I'm in boxing. But when a man go and put loaded gloves on and, you know what I mean, load his gloves up and put iron in it and then put, you know what I mean, it's rules and guidelines with everything, I feel. And, you know what I mean, when you're not in line with those, then 8 people, you know what I mean, and they put him on me, you know what I mean, put him on my hood, on the wall, and he destroyed a lot of lives, and you know what I mean, with exercises, gangster tactics, every day sending threats at me on my life, and what they were gonna do to me, and ultimately, well, it all depends on the temperament of the person. You know what I mean? Other words, if another man wanted to receive, you know what I mean, what this dude done to him, and he grimy, he want to get in the pig pen, and you know what I mean, deal with, push you on that level, then okay, you know, let him do his thing. He might be gutter like that. Feeling some kind of way about, you know, those bully tactics, about people with muscle trying to impose their will on me, and I learned how to use my brain to prevent a lot of that. So, you know, I do have a little chip on my shoulder when it comes to bullies. Was after me, you know, it's no secret. It was after me because of my mind, I believe, you know what I mean? I'm a thinker. I encourage our people, I uplift our people, and, you know, just like before me, all the greats, they kicked them off and didn't like them either. So I'm nothing above and more special than any of those that came before me. But I think where those guys are concerned, you have to realize that they see very deep and very far. And this very moment and this thing that I was trying to do in the beginning were inspiring, you know, my people for the rap game to become what it's becoming today. You know what I mean? I think they seen this coming and didn't want it to last, didn't want it to happen. But it's here, you know what I mean? They can't do anything about it. But anybody who was following me, you know what I mean, I was trying to breathe life into the homies in the hood to come and get in this game. My vision was, at the time, was to tap into a real homie in every city so we could become our own major. You know what I mean? That's the way my mind was ticking. And when you have a mind like that, you know, all these kind of people don't like it. So, man, this man, now to sum it up, and recently, they reached out to me to try and get me to assist them with their own. I said, I asked the second man, was it you? He swore up and down on his mother and father. Understand, I already knew who it was, the one who was doing all of the swearing. You know what I mean? So we can't allow no moment like that to stop our movement. That's all I'm saying. We're on a real movement, but it was just a thought. You know, we you know, spend this moment with us. So that's how that came about. I built a recreation center in Fifth Ward, a boxing facility, full court basketball facility. My way of giving back to my community. After I started watching, you know, the fighters fight, you know, boxing was always my first love. And while they was turning their flame up, I popped up in their living room, and you know, that was a beautiful ride. You know, I was able to come in, and of course the whole promotional team was against me when I came in because, you know, they felt they felt some kind of way. Dad, his uncle, you know, the promoters, none of them, I wasn't welcome, right? I wasn't welcome, and they said I had brainwashed, and they accused me of all kinds of things because when I came in, I was disrupting their plans and plots where he was concerned, and I freed him from all the strongholds that they had on him, you know what I mean? And most of all, I was able to, when I came in, they had him, and you can't even imagine, but he was a nice going up to the podium and doing like they say do. So I come in with that rap mentality. I'm like, man, be you, do you. You know what I mean? Which he ultimately done, and you know, we made some moves. That was the foundation of, that was the real movement that started his movement. And I wrote about all of this in the book because he didn't really want that fight. So I had to like pump him up. He just jumped on his wife. He gave her a concussion, bruised her ribs. I said, let's whoop him for all the abused women in the United States over there. I'm trying to get him right?
Straight up.
And ultimately, about 6 o'clock that morning, after I left him, he wasn't in agreement with fighting. No, Jay, it ain't time. But ultimately, he called me like, okay, you want me? I brought you in my career to manage me. You want to do this? Let's do it. So we decided to do it. So I had to go and explain to them. We didn't, you know what I mean? He didn't mean it like that. You know what I mean? That was said wrong. And ultimately, when we got ready to fight, they didn't have no dates, so they say. You know what I mean? Like that Sunday, we was on the front page of the putting him on the front row. And boy, he wasn't no more good.
Y'all heard what just happened? Charleston White just had an encounter, and he just experienced something he never thought that he experienced in his life. J. Prince Jr. and them, they ran up on him. They asked him to apologize again. Now, the first time when they shot at the car, that was okay. But now you asking again, now you reaching, you pushing it. You have to really look at what's going on, man. And I really look at everything for what it is, and I actually take everything like a grain of salt. They said that it was smoke in the air. They said that Charleston White, he saw them turning the corner. He didn't know who them 5 cars of people was. Next thing you know, that's when they pulled right up to him. And I know you heard. Look at the last video I just posted. You'll be able to see exactly what happened. I want y'all to know this sad, man, but this is something that happened time after time with other people, but now it's happening to Charleston White.
Charleston White isn't going to let up. He has made his point very clear. He's standing on his ground, and he will take the evidence to the feds. It's only a matter of time. Him trying to build up what needs to be built for them to have proper information and evidence is the only thing that's slowing things down. But the reality of it all is they're really messing with the wrong man.
And everything that's going on is all cause and effect from what they did in the past. I want y'all to know this is something that we don't see this every single day, but we see it. We see it happening often. A lot of people know exactly what to come behind all this.
It's only a matter of time before J. Prince Jr. really gets like a wake-up call, shall we say. You know, he's trying to run a whole city that ain't even his to run. He's not the mayor, he's not the sheriff, he's definitely not the governor. You know, your clout means nothing when people die under your protection. At the end of the day, he's taken on more than he can bear, and it shows.
Exactly. And nobody's just finna do something just out of spite. No, they finna do it because they've been planning on doing it or they want to do it. Like, when you really look at it, you have to really understand what's going on. You got to open your eyes and realize the key facts in this whole situation.
Duke the Jeweler, Takeoff, King Von, they would all still be here today had they not been messing around with J. Prince Jr. and his silly little rules of check into the city. I think they would still be here today. I think that they had way more to give and way more to offer than what they were allowed to.
J. Prince Jr. and them know that they be pushing up on people and be trying to press people regardless of what their status is. A person could have $1 million and they'll still try to get 500,000 up out of them. I want y'all to know Jay Prince Jr. and them, they have to be taken down by any means. At this point, it's getting to the point where we looking at it as if y'all actually picking on people. Find somebody your own size to pick on. Why would you even put yourself out there like that? And for Jay Prince Sr. to not try to stop it when he go around preaching all this stuff, man, you gotta be ashamed of yourself to be a hypocrite like that, man. They said that Jay Prince Jr., he walked out. They said that once the police pulled up, everybody tried to hurry up and hop in their car and then try to spin out. I want y'all to know they tried to get up out of there when they saw them police standing in front of that house. Them police, once they pulled up, it was over with because Charleston White told them everything they needed to know. Now Charleston White, one thing he said that was smart, he said that they need to open their eyes and realize what's really going on. Charleston White got a paper trail on these boys now. Regardless of how they look at it, man, I'ma keep letting y'all know what's going down, man, and how they getting down, man. They bogus for what they did to Charleston White. And now look, they gotta pay the piper. They gotta pay the consequence. One thing I do like what Charleston White said, he said he gonna get hooked up with the people that's gonna be able to take Jay Prince and Mob Ties down. He said who he think he is, Mob James or something. He ain't no John Gotti or no mob boss. At the end of the day, Charleston White not wrong for what he said, but Charleston White, he has the right to stand his ground. And he has the right to stand up for what he actually believe in. He really feel that Jay Prince Sr. bogus for doing what he doing because Jay Prince Sr. studied trying to do everything to take Charleston White down. Hit the like button if you think that they trying to take Charleston White down when Charleston White ain't did nothing but try to shed light on certain situations. Everybody know for a fact what go on out there. Everybody know Dallas, it's a lot of stuff go on out there, but we know what the real stuff go on there, and that's out there in Houston. I would like to send my condolences, and I would like to say get well Charleston White, man, because they bogus for even pulling up like that. I want y'all to know Charleston White, he got his own security, but Charleston White, he stand back in the background, and he want to make sure everything right. He want to make sure he got all his ducks in a row.